What's up, you guys? This is Max here. Today I'm going to be doing the Viper review. So this is going to be quite a long video. I do have my Word document ready and set up to go. So first of all, let's go over the basic design of the Viper. The two stubs in the fuselage are basically they're there for carrying the Sidewinder missiles or the heat seekers. You know, your standard 70mm Hydra air-to-ground rockets or the rocket pods, and the Hellfire quad missile launchers, which are basically the guided missiles. So what I have experienced from using the Viper, I am Colonel 30 or over 30, so I do have quite a bit of experience with the Viper. It is very mobile, fast maneuvering, anti-ground, and air-to-air combat ready. So basically, you can encounter, you know, ground vehicles, and you can encounter air-to-air vehicles, you know, just fine. So you pretty much won't have any problem. A lot of people underestimate the capabilities of the helicopters, and it kind of pisses me off because, you know, if you have a competent pilot and you have a competent, you know, gunner, then you can basically rule the whole battlefield. If, you know, like I said, you know, you are in comms with whoever's piloting or gunning. So let's go over to the Sidewinders, the heat seekers. I've noticed they've taken a lot of practice to use. Usually what I like to do when I'm the pilot, I like to lock on. If they deploy the flares, I'll wait a few seconds, fire one shot. If they deploy the flares again, because they don't really take that long to regenerate the flares, then go ahead and fire another one. At least one shot will hit, and it'll, you know, get that one step closer to destroying your target. Now the Hellfire missiles, or the guided shells, it's developed primarily for anti-ground use, but obviously doesn't mean you have to. The pilot equips laser painter, and that equals the guided missile being able to use for air-to-air, and for ground vehicles. Basically, if you fire guided missiles and it's laser painted on a jet, and even if he uses ECM or flares or whatever he has, it'll basically delay his death. That's what I like to say. It sounds kind of funny, but it's true. If you deploy flares after, you know, just picture yourself in a jet. You deploy flares. If you still hear that buzzing noise, you know, dee 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 dee, then you might as well just bail the fuck out before your ass gets blown up. So definitely watch out for that. That's a little tip right there. Make sure you use that wisely. Basically, my attachments, if you're the pilot and you're in comms with the gunner, basically what I like to put on is laser painter, ECM jammer, and heat seekers. ECM jammer is used for when you while you're getting locked onto, so it's not as the guy's firing or has already shot the heat seeker or whatever he's shooting. It's used for while you're getting locked onto, and that will break the lock no matter what, even if he's using laser painter or not. Laser painter is exclusively used for the guided missile, and usually if my two heat seekers, which is also on my pilot's attachments, if the heat seekers don't hit, then I call to my gunner. You know, we've got a target at our 6 or, you know, whatever. I'll point it toward him. He'll lock on. Depending on how far he is away, laser painter usually has about a good 100 to 120 meter range or velocity to where it will lock on to the jet or helicopter, whatever it is. You know, and anything between 100 meters and close enough to you, it will lock onto. So, got to keep that in mind as well. Next up is if you're the pilot and you don't have a really good gunner. Let's say it's your friend, but he doesn't really have much unlocked, or it's just a completely random person. What I like to put on is air radar, so that, you know, you do have a heads up. That will allow you to be prepared if any jet is coming into, you know, either kamikaze or do a strafe run. Extinguisher. A lot of people don't really use extinguisher. This is a really underrated attachment. What you do is basically, anytime you're disabled, you can only use it when you're disabled, is what you do is once you're below 50% health, you'll become disabled just like any other vehicle. What you do is you deploy the extinguisher, that'll automatically bring you back to up to 51% health, and you know that by then you can fly normally. Everything's just, you know, jolly. So if you're not disabled, then you can't use it because it wouldn't really have any effect. It's basically, put it this way, it's basically used to get rid of the flames and that cause you to be disabled. So I also have on heat seekers. That's basically a necessity unless you have guided shell for your gunner, and that's actually pretty good too, in case your gunner, you know, if you are in comms or not, you can tell your gunner, you know, I have guided shells on for my pilot, you know, guided shell pilot upgrade for the gunner seat. He can switch to the guided shell, and he can use it even though he doesn't have that unlocked. So that's really useful. Now let's say you're the gunner and you don't really have a competent pilot, or you do have a competent pilot. So I tend to put on stealth, so that it makes it harder for the, you know, whatever is locking onto you. Maybe it's a stinger or a jet. It makes it harder to lock on. It delays the lock-on sequence by at least a couple seconds. Flares is a necessity. Flares are, unlike ECM jammer, so flares are mainly used for when the heat seeker or whatever it is coming at you. So you already hear that erratic beeping noise and you know you're about to get hit. That's when you use them. If somebody fires a heat seeker and they're within about 50, 75 meters, or actually not, scratch that, not even 50 meters, anything as close to you as like 20 or 30 meters, I think flares have no effect. The heat seekers are just going to go right past them and hit you. So flares don't have any effect anything under 20 to 30 meters. Also, you know, just like I said, you are in comms with your pilot, and he does have laser painter. The guided shell is also very good. So it's basically becomes a multi-purpose attachment for ground vehicles and air vehicles as well. Now, let's say you're the gunner and you don't really have a competent pilot. You're either in comms with him, like I said before, and he doesn't really have that much equipped, or he's just completely random person that, you know, sucks a lot of balls. Basically, what I like to put on is maintenance. Maintenance is used for, you know, like everybody knows, or at least hopefully you know, let's say you're in a tank and that tank gets injured, you know, 75% health, it will start to regenerate just like your health does, you know, as if you're not in a vehicle. That allows the natural healing process of your vehicle to speed up. So basically, instead of going, you know, 1% health, 2% health, 3% health, it goes 1, 2, 3, you know, it regenerates a lot faster, which is really good. Flares, obviously, you know, who doesn't want flares? And guided shell, just so that you can still take out those ground targets. A lot of the times, you know, gunners mainly rely on their guided shell. It's not always about the guided shell, you know. I mean, the regular cannon does do a lot of damage to infantry. In this gameplay in the background, Carg Island Conquest, I'm the gunner for basically the whole game, and I get a lot of shit done with that thing. You know, the cannon is just effective as the guided missile, so definitely use that to your advantage. That's about it for the Viper review, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Rate, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, happy killing.
Aufpassen! Alle Mann auf Einsatzziel verteidigen!